right, man, today I'm gonna give you a list of companies that grow their dividends real fast. Now, before I get into that, we're gonna talk about the thing that we're looking at is called compound annual growth rate. Now, what that simply means is over a certain amount of time, you can expect a company to grow their dividends at this rate, right? So for instance, I love companies, if I'm dividend investing, I'm loving companies that can grow their dividend at 10% or better. Right, so we're looking at a company that's been paying a dividend for 5 years or longer. We want to look at a 10%, 20% compound growth rate. That is good. So before we get into this video, I'm gonna give y'all some killers. I need you to like, I need you to subscribe, and I need you to tell us in the chat how this content really helping you out, because we want to help you be great at investing, great at building your portfolio, great at creating legacy, and not panicking on anything crazy, right? So let's get into it, y'all. So today we're gonna break down 6 companies that have greater than 10% compound annual growth rate. Actually, greater than 15% compound annual growth rate. Now, what that means is, on average, these companies will increase their dividend by more than 15%. That is good if you're a dividend investor. So when it comes to dividend investing, I want you to just set the tone right quick, right? So first and foremost, you got to be a patient investor. You're not dividend investing because you are looking for quick cash. You're not dividend investing because you're looking for this stock to blow you out the water. That's probably not why you're dividend investing. You're dividend investing because you want to create cash flow at some point in your journey, not right now. And so the first thing we need to do is find great companies that have a history of paying a dividend first, that are not overpaying the dividend. Second, meaning I like companies that payout ratio is under 70%, because you don't want to be a greedy investor, right? You want to be an investor that the company pays a great dividend, but they're not taking away so much of the profit where all the profit coming to you, right? Thirdly, you want a company that is increasing the dividend over time. You want that. Paying a dividend for a long period of time, increasing the dividend over time, and not paying a high payout ratio. Let's get into it, y'all. So first on my list is Texas Instrument. They have been increasing their dividend at 16%. They have a compound annual growth rate of 16%. Now, Texas Instrument is an amazing company. It plays a little bit in the semiconductor sector. It's definitely a solid track record, has a great fundamentals. I like Texas Instrument. Next on the list at 18% is Visa. That's right, Visa is the world's largest credit card company. That is right. They are increasing their dividend on average of 18%. That is sweet. That is one of those buy and hold plays, consistently increasing the dividend. You're getting a great company. You're getting a leading company in the industry that is also paying you a solid dividend. Next, we're looking at Lowe's. Now, this one was real dope. So Lowe's is part of a duopoly, which is 2 companies, Home Depot and Lowe's, when it comes to the idea of home improvements. Now, they have increased theirs by a 20% compound annual growth rate of 20%. We like that because that tells us what? The business is boring, but they're generating enough cash to pay us our dividend and increase it every year by 20%. That's 3 on the list. Let's just talk about that. All 3 industries, Texas Instrument, Visa, and then Lowe's. We went to 16, we went to 18, and then 20. Now let's tap into another tier. This is another tier of players right here. Next, you got United Healthcare. Now this one, I actually have these people as my healthcare provider, right? But United Healthcare is a behemoth of a company in the healthcare industry, right? They're increasing their dividend by 21% on average. I mean, their dividend has a compound annual growth rate of 20 point something percent. Next on the list is Mastercard. That's right. Visa was at 18, Mastercard 21%. 21% compound annual growth rate that Mastercard increases their dividend. I like that. The reason being is because it is a great company, solid company. I actually like American Express more, but I don't buy American Express. I don't own American Express because of the dividend. I own it because of the brand. I like the brand and I'm a user of it. Great fundamentals, always outperforming the market. I love it. But lastly on the list is AVGO. Now, what I love about AVGO is it's in the technology sector. It's in the chip sector, but it's actually a company by the name of, it goes by a category of the Internet of Things. So it does a lot of things. Why? There's 7 different things in the technology space as well as semiconductors. This is a cash flow machine when it comes to companies like when it comes to companies like Broadcom, AVGO. The company just did a 10-for-1 stock split, currently trading around 160-ish, right? It is a phenomenal company. It is a phenomenal brand. You definitely should have this company on your dividend list. Why? Because when you build your dividend list out, don't always look at how big the dividend is. I want you to look at something a little bit better. I want you to look at the percentage that the yield that the dividend is, and I want you to look at the growth rate of the dividend. So we're looking at the dividend yield, and we're looking at how are they growing the dividend consistently, because as an investor, here's what's going to help you. If you're playing a dividend game, you're reinvesting your dividends. As you reinvest your dividends can buy you shares of the company again. And in years' time, I like to look at it as if you building out a dividend portfolio, you're not looking for that income for at least 10, 15 years. I'm just being real with you. If you are someone that is more seasoned, like in your 50s, 60s, you're trying to retire, if you haven't already been building that massive dividend portfolio out, I think the best way for you to play the game will probably be the options game, and then funnel options money into your dividends so that can be passive. But build your positions. I don't think you should be trying to build a dividend portfolio just like, I think you need to accelerate that portfolio with options. Use those option plays to help you fund that portfolio so you can accelerate that passive income. But if you're somebody in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, man, you got 20 years, real talk, to build that portfolio out and build it out extremely, extremely heavy. So let's go through it again. I love AVGO at 35%. I love Mastercard at 21%. I love United Health at 20%. I love Lowe's at 20%. Visa at 18%. And Texas Instruments at 16%. This is 6 companies that I love that are paying phenomenal dividends. Of course, there's so many more that are paying phenomenal dividends. You should add them to your dividend portfolio. Remember, we're looking for a healthy dividend. Anyway, a 7% growth rate is good, but if we can get that 10 to 20% compound annual growth rate, that put us in the next level, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Chapter, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I see y'all on the next one.